The Toronto Raptors get absolutely manhandled by the Philadelphia 76ers at home. And you know what? This wasn't even necessarily a tough one to watch because it was just such a beatdown that you had no hope of them coming back anyway. To be completely honest with you, it was just one of those games. And Philly just came out torching these guys. But before we get into that, no RJ Barrett in this one still. Jakob Pertl is still out. Brandon Ingram, which is good news, did return to the lineup. But also returning to the lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers was Joel Embiid and Paul George. So both of them come back into the lineup and they completely changed the dynamic of anything that you saw the Raptors do the night before. Okay, so Shed, Quickly, Ingram, Barnes, and Colin Murray Boyles get the start in this one. And, you know, in the beginning of this game, it was a bit of a shootout from both sides. And Quickly started off pretty well. He had 7 of the first Raptors 11 points. He was 3 of 3 from the field. Ingram ended up going 3 of 3 from the field as well. And it was 17-17 with 6:50 remaining in that first quarter. And the Raptors were attacking the paint early, which was a good sign. We've talked about this before. You don't want to just see people settle for jump shots. You want to see them be able to get to the rim, score easy points at the basket if they can, and then rack up the points that way. And so early on in this game, they had a 10-2 point in the paint advantage. And Martin checks in with 7:25 remaining in the first quarter. And, you know, I'm sure all of us were kind of interested in seeing that because we wanted to see if the play that he came out with the night before would continue. At least that's what I was hoping for. But then Philly goes on a 9-0 run, a 10-0 run. Maxey, still an absolute problem. And in this one, he had 35 minutes in this game, 33 points, 10 of 16 from the field, 6 of 9 from three-point range, perfect from the charity stripe, 7 of 7, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, just 1 turnover, gave you a steal as well. Guys, I've mentioned this to you before, and I'll say it again. This guy is a nightmare, just an absolute nightmare. He was just out there, man. He was just whooping ass. I mean, you couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop him, not just him. They were shooting threes from everywhere in this game, from everywhere. It was a 32-24 Philly lead with 2:54 remaining in the first quarter. And Philly, what I realized in this game is that it was kind of chippy early on in this game as well. Embiid and Elijah Martin both got double technicals because they were jawing at each other. Tyrese Maxey was doing a lot of jawing as well. There was a lot of jawing that kind of continue on from yesterday. But with having Joel Embiid back in the lineup, there was just no answer for him. There was no answer for Joel Embiid. Absolutely none. Too big, too strong, too physical. And once again, you're putting certain players in positions that they should not be in. But with Jakob Pertl out and not having a backup center, of course, you know, guys are going to be stuck with, you know, the Scotty Barnes, the Colin Murray Boyles, the Sandros having to go up against him. And this is not like some 6'9", 6'10", big, strong dude. This is 7'1", 7'2", big, strong, leans into you kind of guy. I think we all recognize that. And 141 remaining in the first quarter. Tyrese Maxey has 18 points. I have in my notes here just making shots from everywhere. And Philly was 7 of 8 from three-point range. 7 of 8 from three-point range in that first quarter. The Raptors didn't even make 7 threes in the entire game. They shot 16% from three-point range, 6 of 37. 6 of 37. Philadelphia shot 44% from three-point range in this game, 16 of 36. They were plus 30 from downtown in this game.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
45 points the Raptors gave up in that first quarter, which is the most that they've given up this season. And then they come out in the second quarter. I'm talking about Philadelphia here. And they're still just lighting the Raptors up. Just lighting them up from downtown. And to see all these Raptors, the guys on the perimeter, quickly, who else was out there? Elijah Martin, going under these screens when you're getting just lit up like a Christmas tree was really baffling to me. But 11 of 13 from 3-point range soon into that second quarter. And Philly was up 62-37 with 8:10 remaining in the quarter. Now, Martin was working his ass off. Don't get me wrong. He was bringing some energy. That was nice to see. He was hitting the offensive glass as well. And Ingram was being aggressive in this game as well, even though they were down 73-49 with 2:27 remaining. And I've just mentioned it here, just talked to you about this. Guys kept going under the screens, even though they were getting lit up. And from a numbers game, when you look at Brandon Ingram, since I just mentioned him, 34 minutes in this game, 17 points, 5 of 15 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3-point range, 7 of 7 from the chatty stripe, gave you 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers in this one. Scotty Barnes, 35 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 16 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3-point range, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks in this game. And so nobody really shot well at all in this game. The Raptors shot 40% overall, 37 and 92 in totality with the team in this game. Just not a good shooting night from really anyone on this team. Colin Murray Boyles was 6 of 9 from the field, but all of his points obviously came from right around the basket. No 3-point attempts in this one. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals in this game. Emmanuel Quickly, 8 of 18 from the field, just 2 of 10 from 3-point range in 32 minutes. 6 rebounds, 0 assists, which is unusual from Emmanuel Quickly. 1 steal in this game as well. Quiet night from the bench, but I did like the production that we got from one AJ Lawson, and I'll talk to you about him in just a minute. But at halftime in this one, 80-51 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly, even at that point, was plus 30 from 3-point range. Maxey had 23 points at the half, and Joel Embiid had 17 points at the half. Overall in the game, though, with Joel Embiid, he had 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, did have 7 turnovers in the game. Still doesn't look like his normal self yet. But just having him in there, being that big body, his presence alone, clogging up the key, made it hard for Raptors going into the paint in this one. It makes a big difference when that man plays, just for his size alone. Forget about the ability that he has to put the ball in the basket and what he can do defensively when he can actually move. Just him standing there doing this is disruptive because of how damn big the guy is. Unbelievable stuff. Getting into that third quarter now. Talked to you about the Raptors shooting woes already. They continue to shoot threes and miss. 4 out of 25 from 3-point range with 7-12 remaining in the game. Joel Embiid, I put here, physically imposing his will. And there wasn't even a lot of notes for me to write down in this thing. I don't know if I'll finish within 12 minutes, but maybe I'll give it a try for once. I am the fifth quarter. 92-62 with 4:53 remaining in this game. Just an absolute beatdown. And, you know, to be completely honest with you, it was just one of those games where there was no hope. Now, you probably heard me mention this once or twice before. 10-10-62. 10-10-62, meaning 62 games typically on average during the season will be competitive games. 10 games you will blow out the opposition, and an average of 10 games you will get blown out. So this is one of those games, one of the 10. Well, the Raptors just went out there and got their ass kicked. But I mean, what are you going to do? It happens. Unfortunately, it's a part of it. It's a part of it. I was just hoping the Raptors would be able to follow up what they did the night before, but we just didn't have that luck Monday night. Now, AJ Lawson did give a bit of a spark off the bench, which was good to see. The Raptors in that third quarter did go on a 17-3 run. They cut it to 18, and after the third quarter, it was 99-77 76ers. The Raptors did win the third quarter 26-19, but I did mention to you about AJ Lawson, so let me get to some of his numbers here in this one. AJ Lawson had 17 minutes in this game, 14 points. He was 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 1 rebound, 1 assist. But I did like the energy that he came in and played with, right? It's, every game is still a tryout for some of these guys. Every game, coaches are watching your performance. It doesn't matter if you're down by 30, up by 30. When you come into the game and you've been doing a lot of your time in the G League, everybody is watching what you're doing. The trade deadline is coming up very soon, in about 3 weeks? About 3 weeks away-ish, maybe a little bit more. And if guys get moved, these guys like AJ Lawson have to be prepared to step into a new role coming off the bench. So they have to be prepared. Coach Drew does have them prepared. They look pretty good coming up, getting that call from the 905 along with Elijah Martin. So the Raptors 905 are doing a really good job of keeping these guys ready to make an impact when they get the call up to the Raptors. Now, the start of the fourth, the Raptors did come out with some defensive energy, which is really good to see. Philly was up 19 with 10 minutes remaining in this game, and the Raptors were getting their chances. They did have some stops, and they had chances to make some threes. They got some good looks, but they just weren't able to knock them down. They had some chances around the basket as well. Weren't getting lucky around there, especially with a guy like Joel Embiid, which we just mentioned. And the Raptors had 54 points in the paint in this game. Okay, the Philadelphia 76ers had 38, but their three-point shooting was just so damn good. There was no point even having to go inside for Philly because they were just knocking down everything. Turnovers in this game. Philadelphia had 16 turnovers in this game. 16 turnovers. The Raptors had 9. 9. From a rebounding point of view, Raptors 37, Philly 36 in this game. Both almost evens when it comes to free throw shooting. Raptors 22 out of 25. Philly was 21 of 23. Numbers can be deceptive when you look at them. But overall, it was just that damn hot three-point shooting early on in this game that the Raptors just could not overcome later on in this game. It's really what it came down to. They just came out firing, making everything. It was one of those games. I'm telling you. But anyway, Raptors don't have time to complain. They get the night off on Tuesday, back in action on Wednesday night. And I believe, I could be wrong, I believe it's against the Clippers. So that should be an interesting one too. I hope I'm right about that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I hope RJ Barrett I don't know if he's going to be back. I know he's listed as day-to-day right now, so I guess we'll get an update on him soon. And who else? Colin Murray Boyle, spoke about him. He was decent in this game. Not really too much to really talk about in regard to him in this one. But Shed, Quickly, Ingram, Barnes, yeah, we still got no timetable for Pirtle. And so we're just going to have to see what the issue is with his back. I guess we'll be updated in another week. But as of right now, do not expect him back in the lineup anytime soon, even though I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. Always glad to be on the mic. Any questions, concerns, get in the comments. I will get back to you as fast as I possibly can. And until the next time, this is the Mike Roach Show, and I'm out.